11. Yes, on this divine energy is just syncing up for you. For you. Okay? They're for you. Get it? Angels, ancestors, guides, Holy Spirit. What do you have for me on this planetary reading? I didn't forget about the shift, baby. No, I did not forget about the shift. And let's not forget about my crystal ball. Right, let's go back. As Oshun was like, I'm going out tonight. Oshun was like, what? I was like, where are you going? She was like, out. I was like, okay. The planetary alignment shift is real. She said, don't ask me where I'm going. Okay? Things have changed. Right? Things have changed. She has a different type of stilo. Okay. And if you respect the one that you're with, when times change too, you guys change together. I hear with spirit, right? That's an ashe. Okay? That's an ashe. Change together. As we have Oshamar that wanted to come into the play. Right? So angels, ancestors, guys. What do you have to give tonight? Let's start off with the moon. Droppity drop is what we're accepting. As everything is dropping. And we're picking it up. Picking things up. All these feelings, all these alignments, all these synchronicities. Picking them up. Taking our time too. It's okay. Slow and steady wins the race. We have let your fears dissolve. Cancer energy. Coming into the first water right? I told you summer. It's about summer, right? So Leo, lighten up, right? And we have Scorpio, breathe through the tension. So that full moon in Scorpio is going to reflect during the time of Taurus season. You feel me? So we have last quarter moon in Leo, right? So think about Aquarius, because that's when we had the Leo moon. So you're going back some, right? So it's a bit of January, right? Going into February. That'd be around Valentine's Day. How did it feel when you had to lighten up when that love wasn't there, right? So with Venus coming back, right, you're gonna have to love and hug it. That's why with the Cancer energy, you're gonna have to let your fears dissolve. So what's happening right now too, as we are in a time of cardinal energy. Cardinal is my Aries, my Libra, my Capricorn, my Cancers. This is about doing what you're supposed to do, regardless, and you're gonna love it and you're gonna hug it. You feel me? But then we're coming into Taurus, which is a fixed sign. So your energy now is not going to change, and it's gonna hard to want to change it. You see where I'm going with this? So if you haven't let your fears dissolve and understood it from before, it's gonna be that way now. So breathe through the tension, right? Now, right? Scorpios are gonna feel this, Tauruses are gonna feel this, Leo's gonna feel this, Aquarius is gonna feel this, right? It's gonna be a little harder to let that fear dissolve unless you did that lighten up energy. You feel me? It's a lighten up. It's gonna be a time to also come together within the household, right? You should be able to let your fears dissolve if you're breaking through. It's like learning where you can be in your habitat or not after you speak your truth, after you live within your truth, right? So that uncomfortableness is also too letting your fears dissolve, right? So with the Scorpio energy too, it could be having a couple of tattoos. Man, there's a little energy out here that is just like still trying to be hidden. So these are when you, right? Just things you want to like wear, right? Things you want to do, things you want to say, things you want to be. You want to burn your incense, your frankincense, right? You don't want to have to worry about these things no more, right? Like that's what I'm getting with this, right? Look, Aquarius energy at the bottom, right? Aquarius energy at the bottom, right? So angels, ancestors, guides. What do you have? See, Aquarius, Cancer energy. I'm getting air and water, right? There's some air and water energy going on in here. Angels, ancestors, guides, Holy Spirit. No, they said to shuffle. You want to talk about this? Let's talk about this. Right? The ninth house. Cancer's right there. And Gemini. Mm-hmm. Right? Let's talk about this for a second before I shuffle. They're like, just talk about that. So, year of the six, we have ninth house, broadening your horizons, right? So this is like ninth house is about growing, learning, right? So there's a philosophy, these two are opposites coming in together too, right? So it's kind of like getting everybody to change their mind. It's very hard to, unless they're in a loving, sensitive, caring, right? Nurturing state. This is a mother and child energy, right? You could say, you know, whatever you taught me, right? See the angel wings? Maybe it doesn't go like that anymore. You feel what I'm saying? This planetary cycle is asking you to balance it out and maybe even understand that your lively wit, right? Maybe you just, it's information of that they're not looking for, you know, and the information that you have gathered, right? We have the second house. This is the Taurus energy, so this is your assets and your finances. Things are going to be switching up Vesta, right? Bringing in, right? What's I would say the quiet is when it says the quiet dignity, you right? Your dignity, that's what I should say within. After you brought that in, now it's time to like cash out. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like you I like this energy because only one cutting the deck at the second house in the Aries, only one that can say is dynamic, crusading, is going to take the action towards this, right? The action towards like I'm going towards the money, and this is not in a devilish way. No, they like to say like money is bad, and no, this stock is about it. So after that your fears dissolve, you can start, you know, making money going into next month in a different way, right? The sixth house and Vesta, right? Your hard work, your flexibility, your duty, how you show up, right? How we show up into the world is how we need to show up for ourselves now. But maybe it'd be a lot easier, right? If you weren't afraid. And this is why you have to be in that Aries energy, right? And going, right? Saturn on the bottom deck, the part of you that accepts the challenge to gain wisdom, and the Leo energy, right? The energy is flamboyant, dynamic, proud, passionate, and focuses on the importance of self-belief. So this could also be somebody that's stuck in their old ways too. Don't get it twisted. You feel me? Because Capricorn energy is kind of hard. That's a brick house. You feel me? That's brick house energy, right? We have 12th house that dropped in the 5th house. The 5th house is right there with Leo. So where you have fun, romance, and great things you're proud of, right? And the 12th house is giving me Piscean energy. This is the area and the aspect of your life that is overwhelming. You yield to a greater cause or power. So I'm hearing the responsibility at home. These are the times of changing things at home, right? The relationships at home. I'm saying, I'm getting with this a lot too, is a forced relationship. Not now, but at a point in time there was, right? And I think this is a conclusion of actually like cause and effect, right? Kids happen out of this, right? Feelings happen out of this. Now it's overwhelming to a great, and now you have to yield to a greater cause. This is a purpose. This is the action, right? And some people may be having a hard time going through this. Is what I'm gathering. Right? I got Keisha in the background. Just let it go. Right? Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Right? So with these houses, right? That's what I'm getting, a lot of house. See what I'm saying? It's about the house. So with the 12th house, you it's like there's a cautious side, and then at the same time you have to do what you need to do because there's an opportunity, right? There's karmic energy behind here too, right? So there's the fear, right? There's the fear. But I think there's too many friends. This energy likes attention. This energy rather please the crowd. So now is the time. It's kind of like, were these the crowd wishes, right? That's what you have to really ask yourself. Are these any of the crowd's wishes? Like, do they care? Like, do they wish for you the same way? And if they do, then why isn't everybody here for the greater cause? You know, why is it the only one that you are in power? Because I mean, like, when it comes to this abundance too, you hear what Jay said, right? Unless his family and friends have money, then there ain't no point in him having money, right? So this energy has, it's about sharing too, right? So if it's delightful for you, it's delightful for others. But there's something here where, mm-mm, with this Libra moon coming, the scales need to be, somebody's having a real hard time. Somebody's keeping very quiet. Yeah. See, we have Saturn followed by the Vesta, and then after then is Venus. Right? I think somebody's truly been working hard in the background, and many other ways too. You know. So let's just say somebody in the household is working full time, but somebody's part time. That means they they have two jobs, or they take overtime in a way swept under the rug. Mm-mm. There's an importance here, right? There's a secret to happiness, and I feel like yes, you should keep certain things to yourself. But this is about also loving what you do. Somebody doesn't love what they do in that aspect, right? So they need to change this up, but it's hard to change this up because I feel like there's an effect that happened from the causes of before. But although I feel like so many coincidences have been happening now for you to have the threads to release, right? That's why you have to let your fears dissolve so you could change this shell. It's funky inside, right? We need to Febreze this, right? The kids also need to get outside too. Their minds, right? To procreate, right? That kind of it's been distorted in a certain way, right? And what's going on right now too, I feel like what they're trying to throw back in this time too is a time of romance and love affairs and these entanglements, and they're gonna teach these to your young delight ones. So you have to kind of come back in here and teach them the importance of discernment and having distinctiveness throughout their flow, so that they can use their instincts as well when it comes to these dramatic times. They can still be proud and passionate, but it's the flamboyant energy, right? And the focus energy. When I see the Saturn, the Capricorn in opposite, that's Capricorn opposite right there with Saturn, right? So Saturn coming in with the Cancer time, you're gonna ask yourself too, like, that's a little bit of Chiron healing as well, right? Asking yourself, like, why is this hard? How hard has this been? And do I need to change up my philosophy and my approach about this? That's what I'm getting with this, because the transformation energy that's around with Vesta, it's kind of like it's affecting. This has affected some of us on our cellular level, as far as our skin has changed, hair has changed, right? Weight has changed, right? Some in favorable ways, some in unfavorable ways, but it's all being able to be restored, is what I'm saying. It's not a guaranteed flip, right? But when you slow down and you struggle, it allows the time to self-examine, right? That's why you have to understand with the 12th house here. That's why it's like this is not a time to yield to the greater cause or power. You have to step up. Could be self first with the Ace of Cups energy that we had a lot of time pulling, right? So you could have anxiety about this as well, because you don't. Some people will like misery. Misery loves company, and if they feel like they break their trust with themselves of holding on to their grudge, right? that life is like ending as well. So they like, so you have to understand when it comes to the great soul, right? You're always gonna feel anxiety. You're gonna feel the pain of the past, right? It comes in pieces and sectors, like I said. But this chapter of this book is closed. The pain of this time is closed. So when you come into a new chapter, right? It's kind of like you came up out of the Ten of Swords now, right? You can now turn lead into gold, right? The silver lining is here now, right? There may be a hard task again, but we greet it with a new energy, right? And that is this. Because we're now in the fire sign energy, and we had that before, right? With the Aries when we cut it. But like what I see here, right? When it came to the top deck, bottom deck, and the fifth house energy, this is the energy that we're working ahead to go into the next fire sign, right? So there's a Cancer. After you let your fears resolve, going into this time now, you're gonna have a good summer, right? And whatever it is you do now, these changes that are happening now, they're working for now. So you may not. It's like right now, I feel like some are gonna get some changes now, like this month, next month, right? And then you're gonna see the changes over in the summer, and you're gonna work hard into Virgo. And then some of you guys, you have to understand that I'm feeling like it's gonna be a little quiet as the changes happen, and it might like you may be having different experiences, interviews, dates, other things, but they might not really like get into that like the one that's really here now and the one that is like that you really got, and the one that you've been waiting for. That might happen at that time too, Leo, Virgo, because spirit wants to see how you're going to treat yourself right now, right? This is treating yourself, right? This is treating yourself energy. So improvements will be made, right? And everything that you do is for a long lasting. This is like also like renovating the home. Sometimes it takes long. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, like, what's the problem? How come you haven't got back to the project, right? Is it because the money wasn't budgeted out? Is it because you're really looking for materials? Is it because like the people that were working on the contractors, or they're a little flaky, but they're coming back on schedule? You have to really reconsider like what the issue is, or is it now is that I'm contributing to this time of it being like, you know? You get where I'm going with this? Can't it's not yeah, it's a blaming the others, but then like I said, it's also about life can't always be about the carefreeness, right? Because I feel like somebody's dealing with something carefree on the other side of life, why they're not focusing on something on the other scale of life, and then they want to come back and then they want to be upset when it's like a little down. And I'm hearing Usher like, you don't know what people do on their downtime. hmm You don't know what people do in their downtime. And with that Cancer energy now, like love makes the world go round. So when you let your fears resolve, you can like love people and things around you in a different way, and you'll call in different energy around, right? But we learn love in different ways too, and this is where I think this love has been taught at home, right? Maybe mother and child, like this is mother and child, right? I'm also hearing a lot of mama's boy energy, right? Leo energy coming forward, right? Oh, fire sign energy, right? But I'm getting this energy of like cancers can attack, so can Leos, right? But this is about I'm hearing like letting the guilt trips down, this planetary cycle, right? The emotional manipulation or the couple tears that can happen from certain things, right? People being quiet, little whimpering and stuff. That's what I'm getting with this time. This is a time to kind of like get over that, right? That's the overwhelmingness, right? Letting your fears resolve. Throat chakra energy coming up and speaking up a bit, speaking up for yourself, speaking up about what it is that is truly the issue, right? Where's this Gemini? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the 11th house, air energy. Yeah. This is also a time of watching your friends as well, because with that fifth house energy too, I feel like the your the desires around you when your collective is manifesting the same as you, right? Could be good. right? But then at the same time, it could be, right? Like, wait, I'm manifesting that. Don't you got your own things that you want to like? Well, that's you. So you got to be careful too, because this is why it may not be happening for you, right? People want the same things as you, and they want exactly what you want, right? So you don't have to share everything, right? And that's what growing up in the household and the sibling aspect and handy downs. So this is like the handy downs, right? So this is like speaking about, oh, so who'd you used to date and who used to like, right? So they can go and touch your handy downs is what I'm saying. So this is a time too of just letting your fears dissolve, and also knowing that you don't have to talk to everybody with that Gemini energy that I saw there. You don't have to talk to everybody during this time about what your fears are. That doesn't make your fears go away, right? It doesn't make your fears go away. So it's like watch who you speak to. Angelic one. And I kept thinking about this one. I'm like one. Like I'm thinking about one, and then boom, here comes the one, right here, right? The angelic one, right? Somebody is still looking for that one. Mhm. Mhm. 20. So I feel like we're retrograde coming as well. 34 reflections is back, right? We had reflections before. So you have passed over ones. And I love this card because it signifies like anybody that's passed over. Any energy, animal, right? Are you reflecting on them? Right? I'm getting, like, is this why it's hard to move on to? They're telling you you can let your fears dissolve. They're with you, but you need to kind of rebirth yourself too, right? And this energy is still being taken out on the kids. Somebody's feeling like, this is a lot of, I'm getting a lot of mother energy, releasing the mother wounds, right? Cancer energy, water sign energy, we can have a lot of that problem, maternal and paternal energies. And I feel like the grands, that like the ancestors are coming through and saying, have a reflective time, that you're smarter than this, and maybe you really need to understand your philosophy of your energy right now. You're the angelic one. You're the angelic being. You're the angel. You are the angel. You are an angel, regardless. 44, divine guidance, right? They may not take it all the time. There's the 11 balance. They're like, they may not take it all the time. They're like, look at that, right? They may not take your infinite possibilities and your divine guidance of certain things, right? But and they've tried to help the situation, they said, but now the reflection is for you to move forward, right? It's not a full separate yourself, but with the 25 here, if with the cellular healing, it's like you're feeling it. The astral realms, the astral realms changing. Earth angel, you earth angel, you're reflecting. See what I'm saying? And with angelic being there, 34, 43, right? The astral realms are giving you these cellular changes. It's coming in through the solar plexus, it's coming in through the heart, it's coming in through the throat. See what I'm saying? And everybody's going to see things differently here. That's the grid. The grid is to take a look at that, because you may be seeing different things. Everybody's going to see something different, right? This is the year, right? But it's also respecting, right? As I have 8 here with balance, right? Respecting the grid. Everybody's different point of view, getting like the religious aspect of this, you should say too, right? It's changed, it's changing, right? And what it's known to be too from the family is different from your education, because with the ninth house you've brought in your horizon. You think a little differently, you feel what I'm saying? You're coming to be a bit different from what you have now come to understand, and what you've understood from the return of spirit, and what you're here to manifest now differently, right? When you return, you get to do things differently. I'm really and when you get to fully understand your contracts of time, right? Your past, your now, how the future is in line with your intuition, right? I really see, and time is an illusion. So when you feel like you're a certain of age and stuff, right? You feel like maybe you're behind, or there's only like so much time left. And this is something to take your time with, angelic one. I'm hearing, slow down, right? Get to know life different, and get to know yourself different, right? The integrity of returning to spirit, the process, and those ancestors, guides, Holy Spirit, right? And teaching it to your kids and stuff, right? Writing, love, the education system. Watch out for them. Watch out for them. That's all I'm hearing. Watch out for that one. I digress. Watch out for them. Those ancestors, guys. Thank you. All right. Power. All right. This is the power. All right. The power to manifest. Come through. What do we have over here? Right. Anything that you write now is gonna like it's you know. Let me keep this because I feel like that's self-explanatory. Right. Sometimes I feel like I do too much talking. Right. This is a space of you know. Yes, the music helps manifest, but the prayers are here too. You feel what I'm saying? The innocence. We're here bringing back a space of healing, healing the healers, the power, looking up, frequency shift, right? A simplicity, right? But it's many times when I tell you the power of writing, okay? So take your like spirits like take this time, right? To that's me. I don't ask for much, baby. What you're doing now, right? This energy is like that's coming in right now. It's like this is how spirit wants you to be. These simple things, like there's nothing else that he wants. It's just you, angelic one, right? But you gotta get into this new flow, right? Like I said, there's new contracts and stuff coming in, so now you can rewrite them in certain ways, right? Write them with people, write them with spirit, write them with yourself first. Sorry, the self commitments first is what I'm hearing. The self commitments first, and then the commitments back out, right? The commitments back out. Those are the ones that are gonna help you, okay? Right, this is song, man. And those ancestors, guys, what do you have? From the shaman. Oh my god. Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guys, is there anything else that you could say about this time? I felt the 1111 energy on this. We have ancestor of memory, right? So this is the dreams. I felt it. I was like I was supposed to say the dreams and the dream state, memory states coming in, and boom, dreams on the top deck. Hunter of dreams, right? Dancer of life, dancer of friendship. If you're having dream invasion of your friends and stuff too, right? Could be an enemy on the attack. Spirit of healing, right? Could be, right? Ancestor of knowing, right? Dreading it. You're on the journey. Or conflict of hunter. hmm These people could be enemies. These people could be allies, right? Spirit of nurture. hmm You're gonna have to. Your ancestors are showing you that, right? They coming through like wars and battles and stuff right now too. Crusading times of that energy, right? The fire sign, the cardinal, the emperor. That's what I'm feeling. The emperor, and the emperor had friends and allies and families, right? But at the same time, they had enemies and admirers. Right? So I feel like this is a time too where you don't get it twisted. Just because they're an emperor didn't mean that they weren't nurturing. Right? They had a loving heart too. Don't get it twisted. There we go. Thank you. Come through, spirit. He heard it. Spirit of love. Don't get it twisted. Right? So this is the masculine energy coming back and finding themselves too, and having to be very firm. Right? spirit of truth, right? They're finding back their truth. They're coming back into it. They're dropping their masks in a certain way. Shaman of loss, yeah, because they're seeing the loss of themselves. They're dissolving, so that their kids can feel the benefits of moving forward. Here we go. Spirit of initiation, right? Followed by the spirit of destruction. See all this blue, right? We have 3 blues in here. That's why spirit's like, these colors are, right? An ancestor of hope. I like this, right? Dancer of joy, hunter of mysteries. This is the wandering energy. You're not afraid now, right? This is also listening. I think you're listening to the feminine energy around you. There's a nice feminine energy around you. She's teaching you things or willing to teach you things. So don't be too stubborn to it. Like, you see that? Even if she's like, oh, come, let's go painting or something. You're like, it's not dumb. The way you're gonna unlock things, even through going there, is this, right? You're being initiated. You're yielding to these things too. There's something here that you're yielding to, right? The spirit of destruction is in here, right? It's destroying the old to come into the new, and I feel like this is about a way of life, right? Dancer of joy, ancestor of hope. This is when you tell somebody what you're doing and then they want to tell you what to do with what you're doing, and then they feel like they want to throw on top of it some, well, this is what my people did and my ancestors, and this is what they nobody says you're not to listen to them, but the hunter of mysteries as well. You can listen to that advice and be like, okay, let me go research that. You don't have to jump up on it. You feel what I'm saying? Ancestor of boundaries. There we go. Ancestors are like, thank you, but right? That's not written for us, right? And respecting that energy around as well, like I said, right? Spirit of love. Mhm. Mhm. And this is somebody too saying, don't be fooled by the rocks that they got. They're still that from the block, right? They know where they came from. Some people have people like twisted up still. That could be you. That could be you having people twisted up, because with the destruction and initiation, right? This is like, just because you got into one side doesn't mean that you lose yourself. So this is when somebody was like, okay, right? They're angry now, right? They have their it's about addressing the disturbing truth about what is really bothering you, baby, right? And some people act like they have no emotion, right? And they operate like sometimes without our consent. They just initiate things for you, right? And you have your own empowerment to do. You have your own life to live. You have your own decisions to make, right? So the spirit of initiation has already given you that, right? The I want to move. I want to go on a trip. I want to travel. You see what I'm saying? Even that, the airtime. It's like, oh, where'd you get that from, right? It's like you could be even bullied right now too, where spiritual people know where you're going because they feel it too. You feel what I mean? So they want to come in here and basically be a spiritual block for you and tell you that you don't need to actually let go in that way. However you feel, your sense of soothing your own calm after the storm, I feel business. Okay? That I feel. That's what I'm hearing. That is your business. Don't let nobody come in here and try to like tell you, because I feel like you can't tell anybody else them type of things, right? Because afterwards, I feel like that's the best advice right now going around right now is a spirit of love, and everybody's gonna act and have their own definition of what that is in the self love, right? The self, like, ugh, too much of that, right? That could lead to some betrayal right now. Real talk, right? If you can't transcend, right? If you can't see this, right? You'll break this. You'll break up something, right? So the power is everywhere. We had that, right? And this is where the spirit of love touches, right? You melt, right? When the spirit of love comes on your shoulder, you stop swearing. You stop screaming. You feel me? You think twice. This is a loving hand, right? Has returned, right? And this has returned through the knowledge of. That's what I'm hearing. The knowledge of. And somebody had to go in the cave to find it, right? Somebody had to get bite by the venom to find this. You feel what I'm saying? So many things had to happen for this person to find it, right? It destroyed them in a certain way. You see, but the rebirth energy has brought them back, right? Because spirit loves you. These are times of loving times, right? He's like, now write me, right, a wish list, right? Write me a wish list of what it is that you truly want now, and tell me. You feel me? And we can get this on and pop in, right? But this, what I'm getting from this energy too is spirit is really supporting, right? The fact that you are willing to go into your 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 like you could say your books, your family books. I think you went back into like, do we even have photo books? I was thinking about that. I was thinking of photographs. I was hearing that reread photographs, right? I really was. So with the photographs, you can like this is going back and finding out. This is going back and finding out. Mhm. All right. It's funny because I switched out the cards. You saw that though, right? We had the spirit of love. Do you see how the spirit of destruction? You see that happen? I was speaking about it, but you see what happened? Right? Right? Situations will arise in your life, right? But you gotta be smart about it. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be smart about it, cause that energy was slick right there. That was slick, right? That was slick. That was slick. Right? That was slick. That was slick. That's why you have to be paying attention, right? You call it out. You're like, wasn't the spirit of love here though? Right? And energies that will know what they did just then get upset. You feel where I'm going with this? Because you called it out. It was facts. That's all that was. The card wasn't there before. We know how it got switched in, right? We're just, you don't have to confirm. Clearly, like, there's a problem. Can you write it then if you can't say it? There's many different ways to confirm. That's just that these energies are having a problem. So now you're going to see. You ain't got to yield to that, right? I guess it's too overwhelming for some. You see what I'm saying? It's too overwhelming. It's quite funny, actually. It's quite funny, actually. hmm So as I was speaking about the angels' ancestors, let's go into some of that. Angels' ancestors. What do you have? Because I feel like, you have something to say about this. It would be right to have you up on this, Holy Spirit. Don't be a hard rock really or a gem. We have Saggy energy and Libra energy, Father Sims and Dr. Buzzard. Yeah. This Temperance angel coming in. Right? And that's what I'm saying. There's a mediator here. Somebody's getting mediated with how they think. And he's like, so tell me, right? How do you think a day for the family should work out? Right? And you're gonna get, and now angels are hoping, and this person's gonna tell the truth about how they first how they think, how they've been operating it, right? And we're gonna see if this person has made it fair, lying about how it's fair. You get where I'm going with this? Okay. I'm telling you, it's hilarious sometimes. Alright, this planetary alignment is going to ask you, right? Can you let your fear of keeping the facade about yourself and the mask on, right? You're yielding to a greater cause of keeping the same. This is like somebody keeping the high honor, like we never do wrong. Daughter of coins, right? Even I can be wrong sometimes, right? Admit that though, admit it. Like 95% of the time I'm right. It's usually 5%, is wrong. So you're gonna have to show me that, right? That's what it is. You come into that, right? You just hold that, right? 10 of coins, right? 10 of coins with the 8 of coins and the daughter of coins, right? So I'm getting this is the hardworking daughter of the family, right? a working energy in here. She works hard for her money. And she works hard for her money, so you better treat her right. Yeah, daughter of sticks jumps on a horse and she just gets things done. Whoever this family member is, right? And she's been doing this. She holds the energy. Six of coins. She holds this down for the family. I'm gonna tell you that. Whoever this energy is, she holds this down for the fam. hmm She's been holding this down for the fam. This daughter of coins. This might be her only ride too. You're like, how does she balance this out? She even got a car. She jumps on a horse and she gets it done. Nine of baskets. Even her wishes too. So this is why your wishes are going to be fulfilled, right? The hardworking feminine energy that I'm speaking to in here, right? The mother of knives, yeah. You've been very diligent, right? You've been very down to the books, right? About this. Ace of coins, yeah. You're like, you want a piece of this pie? This is how it's going to go. Right? And you're being supported through that. There we go. The son of baskets too. You've been speaking to your boys like this too. You're coming down and you're like, I'm raising some boys on my own. Masculine energy stepped out on you. The two of cups. They weren't really here like that, right? So we had that in the collectives. Go figure it out. So you said, okay, I got strength. Instead of like killing you, let me like I'll protect myself. Sleeping with this protection, but let me just like write this out. So this was like the planning. Or if this is how you are in now, bam. See what I'm saying? Even if you have a little money, you're gonna have money at the end to even gamble with. Is what I'm getting with this. You see what I'm saying? Before you never had money to gamble with. Now you have things to gamble with because you're gonna have a little extra funds. See what I'm saying? But also getting an energy too where it's like keep your money to yourself, right? The abundance that's coming in and the hard work that's coming in, or even if the money that you know is coming in, they know it's coming in. There we go. The Six of Cups. And Aunt Carol, I'm hearing like, oh, you have to help the family. Whatever this energy is, I'm like, you don't have to do anything. Right? The feminine energy, right? You don't have to do anything. And my masculine energy, if you feel like you're being forced to do this stuff all the time too, there we go, Father of Coins. Right? We have the Father of Coins in here. Capricorn, Leo. Capricorn, Leo, I'm hearing in here. Right? There are pain in your rectum. There's something in here. But I'm getting with the Father of Coins. This energy is kind of like going in like this energy works harder than the father has. Yeah, Ten of Knives and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, this burden, like this is the last stab. Some of you took a stab from your dads. Maybe I'm getting fire energy here. John Horse here with the Aries energy. Yeah, taking some stabs with the dad's Father of Knives. Yeah, see, could be Libra energy in here, but I'm getting like Libra, Aries. Right. You see all the apples in there too? I'm getting a bit of like this is a little bit of you seeing how they treat women, right? The women that they've treated as well. So they like their wishes, right? They're like how they manifest, how they've come up in life could have been off of women. So you're seeing this as well. So you're like watching the cycle and you're seeing how hard you work. So as you've given to men, some of you divine feminine, you're sitting here like, okay, this is my father's energy, right? Like, hey, dirty, I got your money. See that? Oh, D.O.B. in the background. Baby, I got your money. You hear that? That's what I'm hearing. Old dirty bit. As you guys are saying, here we go. Three of sticks here. The Three of Sticks and the Nine of Knives. Somebody can't sleep about the fact of like how they for once in their life, I feel like they're considering you. If you didn't think that before, they are. Right? They're just being very, very quiet about it, yeah. Because they don't know anything else except for basically like saying sharp things. You see what I'm saying? But they understand you, right? And they understand the new world that you're going into and the picket house and the picket white fence you're trying to have and all that energy. You feel what I'm saying? They owe you. That's what I'm saying. We're over here, they owe you. They like you had to go out here and work for it in a certain way, and you're still working for it. So I'm feeling like, like this is right here we go, the free man. There we go. Let's just say, and you freed yourself from this energy. Mother of Sticks, right? Some of you guys are more powerful and stronger than, like, the way your mothers have approached certain things at life, right? Their philosophies at things. There we go. The Ten of Sticks, the Ten of Wands, right? The Ten of Sticks and the Ten of Knives. Just how they've approached things and how they looked at things. You're like, why do you take these burdens on like this from these men, or why is it that you don't see that was the last time? So then it's kind of like you're freeing yourself from that energy now too. You've emancipated yourself. You're shaking it off, and you're doing what you always do now, but you're keeping your heart earnings for yourself first. Right? Don't want to jump. Right? There we go, ancestors. Right? There's a 13 Scorpio energy because you're doing it for your kids. Your kids are being not going to be affected by this and are being affected by this. So you have to take the power over here with the Mother of Sticks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but one thing, you just sit on there and you're just like, Nine of Cups is about your wishes right now. You could even be like taking in the phone calls right now too. Where you're like, yeah. Right? Yeah. 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 Like, you don't even want it. Trying to even bring you out to home sense and stuff, or even trying to come through the grandchildren right now. You're like, hey, I wanted to get something for the grand. Like, yeah, now you want to buy them something because you know that I'm not with you. That's what I'm hearing. Be careful with that, right? The Daughter of Baskets, because whatever they can't do and get through to you, they try to come through to pick them. You feel me? That's what I'm hearing. They try to come through the kids, right? Father of Sticks. The Father of Sticks. Mhm. Mhm. This would be a good time too to like, they don't lie. What I'm getting with the Father of Sticks is kind of like a camping trip outside, teaching nature, right? The truth about it. There we go, teaching nature. It's like asking, like, the masculine energy, can they even survive outside, right? Much less, right? Do they, can they, like, as they're like looking for homes, right? There's the tower. It's like, where am I feeling like that energy looking for homes? Like, they're looking for homes, right? Because they don't tell the truth, right? They're bullying up, right? There we go, the Ace of Swords, followed by John Horse, right? Mhm. Mhm. And an Indian style, dashiki. Like, you hear that? Like, can you see it there with it with the? Yeah, I just it's weird. This is like native energy coming in energy too, right? We had the smudging ceremony. Got you. That's what's coming through the smudging ceremony. This is also the clearing, right? The Seven of Baskets of the illusions, right? There's a bath, right? That I was talking about, there's some lavender in there, right? You can just, the spiritual bath, having a hard time making these decisions, right? The Daughter of Baskets, this is the emotions that you carry for this too. It's about the feminine energy. The feminine energy is holding all the weight. The masculine energy needs to give it up to them too. You need to give them a round of applause. Right? You're sitting back in a certain way still. So feminines need to stand up. There's a lazy lion in here. That's what I'm seeing. A lazy lion. A lion king, said Janae, the Pisces. You feel me? hmm A lion king. And there's a Simba in here that needs to grow up. And there's also like a daughter, like this, like, like this could be a brother as well. Like, you're watching your brother, like, and there's like 9 of coins in here, right? Here we go, 3 of coins. Yeah, that's you. I feel like you find ways now. Like, you have your ball, right? You know what I mean? Like, you go, like, you're there. You are. You're crossed. Like you kind of. You probably, even if you do readings. I'm not saying you do, but you're giving me something that's like something, like, you work with your divinity now. Like, you're into your things. Like, I really see that there. You have like a moon water over there, right? This is where everybody's supposed to watch you as the angelic one now. How you work things out. How you're compatible. How do you make things compatible, right? Father of Baskets, right? How do you make things compatible? You're using your pain. Some of you guys are using the father's pain, right? You're watching your kids. You're like, I manifest different now. That's what this is. I manifest different now. How I hold these burdens over my head, I manifest different now, right? I like this. This is a free energy. This is a free energy. Here we go. Son of Sticks. All right. Son of Sticks. Aunt Carol here on the bottom deck with the wheel. The 10. followed by 11, Dr. Buzzard, followed by the 5. Yeah, nobody's taking these. It's like getting him dressed only for him to ruin the outfit right before you take the photo, or can't even take the photo, or they don't even finish yet. You know what I mean? You're starting to raise an obedient one. You feel me? You're changing. This is you, right? New pictures here, right? New pictures, new things are turning out, right? There we go, Miss Ida with the High Priestess. I told you, man, you can't stop this now. Listen to me now. I'm matching 20 rounds. Last card. Angels, ancestors, guides, what do you have? Angels, ancestors, guides, what do you have for me? Last card. End this up for me. Thank you. Miss Carol, Wheel of Fortune on that 10. I saw it. It's about what you say to the books. Write it. You know,